Day 30 of my budget bungalow build. As usual, I'm on my way to my first check of the morning. You can see the skies here are quite gloomy today because it's raining last night. So I gotta be careful in angling the camera to get the light. So yesterday, I instructed the lawyer to temporarily put some barrier like this here because trucks are now making this area into their backing. Some of them even touch my walls, scrape up some of the waterproofing that I put in there. So Old B this morning had just had porridge as he was trying to talk me out about my MacBook Pro. He's saying that, why do you want a MacBook Pro 16-inch? 13 is good enough. And same specs, is only the size and all this blah blah blah. Trying to talk me out of it. So I said to him, look, the size 3-inch matters. Size, a little bit of 3-inch makes a lot of difference. Size matters. And I said to him, and I was thinking to myself that it seems like I have this conversation with him before about the 3-inch extra. Makes a lot of difference. And so he even said, why don't you have a Mac Mini? Mac Mini is as powerful and works as it. You don't need a MacBook Pro that you can carry around. He thinks I'm stupid. MacBook Pro costs 160,000, whereas a Mac Mini will just be of 60 grand. So it don't work. I want my MacBook Pro. This is a bet. You'd said my channel won't grow. Now we're nearing it. 100,000 subscribers, MacBook Pro within the year. So day 30. Let's check what we have done so far. Today they are getting ready for pouring this afternoon. They're checking all the big holes and just putting those sack to stop it. And also Tailito and Fredo is sorting all the little holes. So after lunch, they will be pouring the rest of the header beams. So it's there, you can see. I need to angle it properly because, you know, it's quite gloomy and you cannot be able to see the things properly. So that's all ready now. They've done much and they're gonna be finishing the header beams and they'll take out the forms tomorrow and they might file the blocks needed for the toilets location and the little worktop for the kitchen. So also this one here, because this area, the back long beam and this side are the one, and the middle is the one that we will be pouring this afternoon. And I'll check on the septic tank. That will be another one that we're gonna pour because as you can see, the alloy is there now. I'm not gonna pour, but I mean they will file up for the septic tank and it will be on level with this flooring here. That will be like 6 foot down, and by the time it's finished it will be like 7 foot when the blocks will still file up to here where the flooring of the house is. So I wanted to see if I could get some footage from here. Yeah, then you can see the clouds is really gloomy. So they're putting some cement on holes. So it will be drying up, then it will be ready for rendering. Because if we can't get the wood for the trusses, we will plan to just render first or file the blocks needed for the toilet and the little countertops and the septic tank while waiting for the person where we're gonna get the wood. We accept that we cannot be able to finish it as much fast as we can at this stage, or we want to get the proper lumber for the wood trusses that we're gonna do next for the roofing. But we will do our best to get the supply so we can be finished. So I'll come back later this afternoon for the second check. And this is day 30 of my budget bungalow build. So they're trying to fill up the big holes, getting ready for tomorrow that they will be rendering. So this is what we are right now. What they're talking is about our barangay captain have discovered one of the councilor is making money out of the supply of rice by giving an inferior quality or cheap rice but charging the barangay the premium price. So what Tatay Ton is doing now is taking out the forms of the lintel, because some still cannot understand that the lintel is not wood. The wood is only a form. See, that's what it is. The wood is only a form. That's not the lintel. Now the wood is taken off. Then it will be squared up. So all these forms, like he's doing another one there. So the wood is taken off from the lintel, because the wood is only for holding the cement. See, we're taking it off because I'm surprised. Until now, I got comments that your wood lintel won't work. I don't have a wood lintel. If you look closely, it's not a wood lintel. They're taking out the wood. There. Because we're now trying to get the proper measure of the doors to get the proper square. Now that the cement is holding the lintel well. So he'll do the other one again. There. Taking out another lintel. Wood form. So it's 11:45. They're just chipping off some of the poured column, getting ready for the rendering. Then after lunch, they'll be pouring the rest of the header beams. Then I think they'll start piling the toilet area, and some will start doing the rendering like Fredo, and then Old Man Tony will file the blocks. So this is what we are, day 30. And we have bought some 10 bags of cement here from my storeroom, I mean workshop, so they can use it this afternoon, but I don't think it will reach then. That will be used for rendering. So this is the big issue right now in one of the barangays here, that the one councillor was giving old kind of rice, then charging premium kind of rice. So going back down now for my second check in the afternoon to check what's the progress and then what's needed for the next day on my budget bungalow build. This is day 30. So my old bee is still keeping on about haggling me with my MacBook Pro that I wanted when I reach 100,000 subscribers. His latest now is, you don't need a MacBook Pro. Why don't you have an iMac instead? You got more computer for the money. And I said, I know it's more cheaper, the iMac, than the MacBook Pro. Now let's have a deal. Why don't you give me the difference in cash or buy me a DJI drone as well with the difference? He said he might have just as well gave me the MacBook Pro. So we're still haggling on. Thing with my old bee, he likes it that if I could knock down a peg on that MacBook Pro and get a cheaper model, then he win. It's always like a fun competition between us because he never expected me to reach 100,000 subscribers. And I'm nearing my 2 years in this blogging community in YouTube since I started. My first video was May 1 and I'm nearing to that, and I'm also nearing to the 100,000 subscriber, and he's not happy that I'm reminding him how he laughed at me when I started before. It's gonna be a MacBook Pro 16-inch instead or nothing. But we'll continue on haggling. I might change my mind. But like I said, just give me the cash. Difference between the MacBook Pro and the iMac. Now, I'm nearing to my build now. You can see that they have finished pouring all the last part of the beams, of the header beams. So they managed to pour the whole header beams now. It's all done. From all the locking on since they've done it there on this room on the back, and also the middle part there on the header on the middle part. So it's all gonna be taken off tomorrow, and it's all ready. And also the columns here are all filled up, and the columns in the corner, it's all filled up. So today they've used 6 bags of cement with a 1-3-4 mix. So this is day 30, 6 bags of cement and a 1-3-4 mix. Day 29, the total running cost was 141,726. So today, added to that the labor for the poor people here, and the 6 bags of cement to finish the whole header beams. And of course, the sand and gravel that comes with a 3-4 1 mix. 4 gravels, 3 sands. What they're doing now is chipping up the columns. That's what the smooth ones, ready for rendering. And while old man Tony here is doing the aligning for the toilet area, because they will be filing that one together tomorrow with a septic tank that's been digged by Deloy and Fredo on the back. So the septic tank as well is almost done. So they'll be filing this up tomorrow. So that's the height of it now. So tomorrow, this is now the finish of the budget bungalow. Tomorrow you'll be seeing either I'm for sure for the filing of the septic tank and the filing blocks on the toilet area. And within the week, you'll be seeing some rendering done, squaring up and cleaning up the whole place. So I gotta discuss, there's someone that sent me an email asking me what's the age gap between me and my husband. Like I mentioned before, I'm on my 40s, but a lot of people say I'm on my 30s. And he is on his 50s, but a lot of people say he looks like 60. So between me and him, our age gap is about 8 years. For me, that's really a big age gap, but that's me personally. And the question also continues on to say, what do I say about as a Filipino on big age gap relationships? I mean, personally, this is me. I know there are people that's happy with a big age gap of 20 years, 30 years age gap, 40 years age gap, 50 years age gap. Personally, I don't like it myself. I even find that the age gap between me and the old B is quite big, but like I said, to each his own. If those relationships are happy within themselves, then let it be. Because my reason for not liking a too much age gap is there's a gap of generation that you cannot be talking about the same band, same movies. Like right now, me and my husband is just about talking about the same band, the same movies, eras. And I myself was concerned that if you have a very large age gap, what's the common denominator? I mean, there must be in some way, but you cannot be sharing the most of the things because of the difference of your age, the difference of your generation, the difference of the things within your generation. And also the woman, if the man go on, will just have to start another life because the big age gap. So by the time that you're, let's say you're 20 when you married your husband, with a 40 years age gap, and then when he goes on, because obviously he will go on first, then the younger one will have to find a different partner again. But the best of her or his years have already been spent. But I mean, this is just me personally. I don't really mind it so much. I'm just being honest, but I don't really. I'm personal taste wise, like I don't like it. And also, if I had choice, I don't want it. So, but for the other people that's having a very large age gap and they are happy, let it be. Live and let live. That is my personal opinion. And I know a lot of people, the Filipinos, still like, oh, look at that, a very young girl and a very old man. It's like society's also is judging you, but if you are happy together, then let it be. But as a personal opinion from me, not my cup of tea. Like I said, the me and the old B, I think it's quite a big age gap. And if he goes on, I will. We get along so well. We had a good laugh. We are on our 23rd year, and we just, if he goes on first before me, I'll never expected to marry again because it's just I will just be living on by his memory. But I had my life with him. That's what I mean. But for all those big age gap relationship that is genuinely happy, well, kudos to both of you. But because I have this question asked to me, then I have no choice but to answer it honestly to my personal opinion. That's not for me. So, yeah. Best of luck, because a lot of a big age gap relationship also works. The 30, 40, 50, 60 years age gap. It might work because, like you said, what's the old man won't be demanding so much. Like my old B. But no, we were happy. I cannot exchange him for the world.